lunges. Get ready to get your heart rate up, getting a good sweat in, all from the comfort of your home. All right, we're gonna get started with our squat in our lunge clinic. I love squats and lunges. They're amazing, they're challenging, they get your heart rate up. It's gonna be lots of fun. We're gonna start with some mobility work. So you're gonna join me on the ground, on your mat. We're gonna go in for 90-90, which means you're gonna have your front leg at 90 degrees, your back leg at 90 degrees. Again, if this is a little bit of a challenge for you, feel free to bring your knees in and get into a comfortable position. Choose your option for today. You're gonna sit nice and tall, chest over that front knee. You're gonna sit up nice and tall, nice deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, roll down and back up. Inhale up, exhale down. We're just working on getting a bit of an active stretch through your glutes and your hip flexors. Our hips are really, really important for your squats, and they're often the most tight because we spend a lot of time sitting nowadays. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale as you come down, rolling yourself up. Your body is like a wave, dropping over. You're gonna feel a stretch through the outside of your right hip and the inside part of your left thigh. You might even feel a stretch through the inside part of your left. Whatever is tight is gonna feel the stretch. Good. One more. You're gonna hold down on this one and you're gonna shift your chest over that knee towards that foot. Over that knee, towards that foot. I want you to pay attention to how that feels. What does that feel like? You might feel a little bit more tightness through your glutes. That's okay. If you want to stay wherever it feels the stickiest, you're welcome to do that. That feels sticky here for me. And we're just going to swing back and forth using your breath. Exhale on those tight spots and inhale as you release. Good. One more. And we're gonna switch sides, just swinging your legs around, 90 degrees and 90 degrees. Again, you can narrow that stance if you need to. Sitting nice and tall, chest over that front knee, hands on either side. Inhale up, exhale, roll down, pull yourself up. Your body is a wave, and you're just letting the weight of your body drop over that front knee. Inhaling on your way up. Exhaling on the way down, coming up and down. Feel that stretch. That feels amazing through the hips. Hips are my favorite thing to stretch and mobilize. So I'll spend a little bit of time here. You're welcome. If you feel super tight, you're welcome to pause and spend a little bit more time here and then join me back when you're ready. I'd rather you spend a little bit more time in mobility if you need it and then jump back in for the work. Drop down, shifting your weight over that knee towards that foot, over that knee towards that foot, keeping your chest down. You're feeling the stretch through the inside part of your thigh on your right leg, maybe even on, your left leg, maybe even on your right side, definitely in your left glute and hip. Perfect. We're gonna go in for another hip opener. Again, our hips tend to be super tight, so we're gonna spend a little bit more time mobilizing here. You're gonna take your right foot, you're gonna step it all the way out. I'm just resting gently on my left knee. I want that right pinky toe on the ground, hands underneath your shoulders. You're gonna go into a half rocking frog. You're sitting back into your heel and forward, back and forward. You choose how far back you go. The further back you go, the more intense the stretch on the inner part of your thigh. So if it's too much, don't go all the way back, just go to where your body will let you go today. Good, two more. Last one. Good, switch sides. You're gonna bring that right knee down, that left foot extends out, driving that toe towards the ground, sitting back, forward, back, and forward. My left side feels a lot looser, which is nice. Pay attention to how your body feels. We always have a little bit of asymmetry, a little bit of imbalance. That's okay. So just go as many times as you need to. We'll go for 3 more here. 2. Good, 1 more. Good, we're gonna go into half kneeling warrior. So you're gonna take, your left knee is gonna come down. Your right foot is gonna be planted just about 90 degrees. I'm not too picky about this leg. The key here is to really tuck that tailbone under. So When I tuck that tailbone under, I expose the front of that back hip, and then I'm gonna shift my weight forward without letting my heel come off the ground. I'm not going really far. If I were to untuck, I can go really far, but that's not the point of this stretch. You wanna tuck that tailbone under, squeeze that glute, and shift forward, keeping that heel down towards the ground. If you've got your balance, you can start to edge arms in. 3, good, 2, and 1. Again, you can pause here and do more if you'd like. I'm gonna switch sides. I'm on my right knee, my left foot is up. Tucking your tailbone under and driving forward and back, forward and back. Again, keeping that front heel on the ground. It's gonna wanna lift, so I want you to fight it. Keep your heel on the ground. When you have your balance, use your arms to drive up. If that's too much for you, keep your hands on your hips. 3, 2, good, and 1. We're gonna go in for one more mobilizer. Feet are gonna be right outside your hips. Toes are gonna be pointed out. You're gonna start with your arms overhead. You're gonna come down into as low of a squat that feels comfortable. Then you're gonna drop your fingers towards the ground. Turn your toes to forward, and then straighten out your legs, drop your head into a forward fold, roll yourself up. Reset, toes pointed out, arms overhead, nice low squat, hands down towards the ground, turn your toes forward, and go in for that forward fold, roll yourself up, hands overhead, toes pointed out, nice and low, fingertips to the ground, turn your toes, forward fold, one more, arms overhead, toes pointed out, sitting back nice and low, fingers towards the ground, turn your toes, and forward fold. We're gonna go into activation. We're gonna warm up those glutes before we go into the squat clinic. So you're gonna do a monster walk. This is kind of fun. I'm gonna show you what that looks like from the side. You're gonna have your feet right outside your hips. You're gonna go into a hinge and almost like a half deadlift position. And you can have your hands forward here, soft bend in the knee. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take 2 steps to the left, 2 steps forward, 2 steps to the right, 2 steps back. So you're essentially gonna draw a nice big square with your feet. So it's 2 steps to the left, 2 steps forward, staying in that hinge position, going to your right, good, and going back for 2. Keeping your feet hip width apart the entire time. You're gonna feel your legs firing up here. I want you to keep your core braced and let it burn. We're warming up those muscles. We want them to fire when we're doing the work. When we don't activate, we don't get the full effectiveness of our workout. Good, one more full square. Good. Taking nice wide steps, stepping back, and back to center. Good, stand up, shake it out. One more activator, this was super quick. Hinge position, soft bend in your left knee. Our left knee is planted, we're working with our right. We're going in for 3 directional taps. Core nice and braced, right leg taps out, taps back 45 degrees, and straight behind. Side, 45, back. Our left leg stays static. It does not move. This is the leg that we're firing up. You're gonna feel this real quick. Good, you can use your arms to help with your balance. We have 3 more sets here. You're doing amazing. I know it feels like the work has already started. That's the point. Good job. Side, 45, and back. Give that standing leg a quick shake. We're going with that other leg. Firmly planted, soft bend that knee. Your left leg is gonna go out 45, out to the side, back 45, straight behind you. Side, 45, and back. I want you to mind your knee. If your knee is caving in, I want you to drive it out. You always want your knees to drive out and never collapse in. Takes a little bit of mind-body connection. You'll get to see that in play a little bit more in a few minutes. Good. Side, 45. Back, 3 more sets. Side, 45. Back, 2. Good. And 1. Give your leg a nice shake. Sip of water here. The most important part of your squat is the actual setup. We're gonna do a neutral stance squat. That's where I like to do most of my squats. You don't need to be nice and wide. We wanna get the basics down first. So you want your feet just outside your hips. Most people actually step really, really wide. So if you're not sure where your hips are, you can keep your feet underneath your hips. Give yourself a couple of bounces up and down and let your feet naturally land. That will be roughly about hip width apart or just slightly outside. You're gonna point your toes out slightly 45 degrees. That's gonna give you space. We're gonna start with the hinge in your hip. Most people start the squat in your chest. The chest is not working here. We're gonna let the hip guide us in our movement. You're gonna sit back, hinging through your hip. Pretend like you're sitting back into a chair, pressing your feet into the ground, coming down to 90 degrees. Push the ground away with your feet as you stand up. Again, hinge, sit back into that chair, come to 90 degrees, and drive up. Watch what your knees are doing. If your knees are collapsing in or they're wiggling and wobbling, I want you to fight it and drive your knees out. When you drive your knees out, that actually gives your hips space to drop as you come into that squat. I'm gonna show you from the side what that looks like. You wanna hinge and sit back into that chair as close to 90 degrees as you possibly can. You might not be able to get that low. That's totally okay. Go where you can go today. Hinge, sit back as far as you can, split the ground with your feet, and stand up. That's your squat. If you need assistance with this, you could actually grab a chair or use your sofa as a target and actually sit down and stand up. That's a great modifier for you if you need it. Your lunge is very similar setup, except we're gonna split that squat position. So you're gonna have your feet, we'll bring it in just a little bit, closer to right underneath your hips. The trick here is to send that opposite leg directly back. So you wanna slide it back right in line with where it was before. What your body's gonna wanna do is actually cross over. You wanna fight that and widen your stance. The wider you are, the more balance and stability you're gonna have. So when you're in this position, you're gonna be on your toes on the back foot. You want your shoulders right above your hips. You're gonna come down as low as you can. 90 degrees is good, or just above that, and driving up. The key here is your front leg does all the work. Your back leg is gonna wanna kick in, but you really wanna focus on letting that right leg do the work. So you're gonna come down, driving with that front foot. Coming down, and then driving with that front foot. You can step your foot a little longer if you feel like you don't have enough space. Hands on your hips, you're coming down and up. I'll show you what that looks like from the side. So again, you're stepping directly behind, square off your hips, shoulders above your hips. You're coming straight down. I'm gonna come all the way down to the bottom. You're gonna push your right foot into the ground or your front foot and drive up. You're doing an elevator, I can't even do it, an escalator. All right, so it's straight up and down and not forward and back. Cool? Awesome, we're gonna go right into our workout and we're gonna start off with set 1. That's gonna be your squats. So we just did it, you got this, feet right outside your hips, brace your core, hinging, and we're going in for your squat, down and up, down and up. You're doing amazing, sitting back into that squat. Your heart rate is gonna start to come up because you're using your larger muscle groups. This is the same as cardio. You don't need to do 45 minutes on the treadmill. You can do squats. That's gonna elevate your heart rate. It's gonna be just as good, if not even better, because you're working with some resistance as well. Sitting back into your squat, minding your knees. Deep breath. Inhale at the bottom, exhale at the top. Remember to split the ground with your feet. You're doing great. About 10 seconds here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Give your legs a shake. Nice job. We're gonna go into step back lunges. We're gonna start with one side. We'll do 30 seconds of one side, then we'll do the other. I'm gonna start with my right leg forward. I'm going to literally step back, come down into my lunge, drive up, and step into reset. Back, down, drive up, step in. Remember that front leg does most of the work. It takes a little bit of mind-body connection, but you really want to think about that foot driving and coming back up. That's gonna fire up that glute in that standing leg. One more on this side, really drive that up. And we switch sides. You don't have to come all the way down if you don't want to. Step back, lower down. I like to, it's a little bit easier for me. Stepping back in helps with my balance and helps to reset. If you don't want to do that, you can step back, lower down, come back up. Step in, step back, lower down, up, and back in. 2 more on this side. Good. Back, down, drive, and back in. Give your legs a quick shake. We're going to get back into that squat. Feet outside your hips, toes pointed out. Brace your core, keep your chest up, and sit back into that chair. It helps to keep your hand braced in front of you or fingers on top of your shoulders. If you want to add a weight here, you can. You can hold on to a dumbbell just like so, or you can keep it set on your shoulders. You don't really need it. You can see my heart rate is already up and I'm breathing. So your body weight is sometimes your best tool. Keep going. Really let that knee drive out. Sit back into that squat. About 10 more seconds here. Sitting back. Good, breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Give that a shake. One more set of lunges, step back lunges. Hands on your hips. We're gonna start with your right side. Left leg steps back. We're gonna come down, driving up with that front foot and stepping back in. Back, down, drive up, back in. Back, down, drive up, and back in. If this is too hard on your knees, you're welcome to stay in squats. You don't have to do this. If you want a lower impact option, stay with your squats. That's all good. Do what you can today. One more on this side. Good, and we switch. Give your legs a quick shake. Keep your chest pointed forward, hips pointed forward as well. Step back, down, drive up, and back. Keep your feet hip width apart. I'm gonna turn around so you can see that here. Keep going. Stepping back, coming down, and stepping in. You always want to stay about hip width apart. As we start to get tired, our body starts to move in different ways. Just always remember your marker. Good. We're here for about 10 more seconds. You got this. I'm telling myself that and you guys at this point. Nice job. And step in. Give your legs a shake. Nice deep breath. Grab a sip of water. We're going in for pulse squats and speed skaters. Back to your squat position, feet outside 45 degrees. Brace your core, chest up. We come down, pulse, and up. So it's back, sitting down, coming up about halfway, lowering down, and driving up. Sit back, come up about halfway, lower down, and up. Down, half, down, up, down, half, down, up. Looking good. Down, up, down, all the way, down, halfway up, down, and up. Your legs are burning, I know. Let them burn. This is where I sing a song. If you know it, jump in. It's by Usher. You just let it burn. Half up, half down. Drive it up. We're good. Almost there. 10 seconds. Good. Sit back into that chair. Don't let your weight drop into your knees as you get tired. You want to always sit back into that chair. Last one. Down, halfway, down, and up. We're going in for speed skaters. I'm going to show you a modification here. Take it if you need it. Level 1 is a lateral hop. Okay, nice and gentle. Good. If you don't want to jump, you can always step. At any point in time, feel free to step. Full speed skater, full jump, step back, side, and step back. Okay, we're gonna start the time. We're here for 30 seconds. And 3, 2, 1, let's go. Side. Good. Use your arms to help you cover ground. The more ground you cover, the harder it is. You choose your option today. Remember, you can stay here. Otherwise, you're with me, covering as much ground. Try not to cross over too far. That'll throw off your balance. You want to always just step behind your front foot. Looking good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, step up. Nice deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. You got this. One more set of pulse squats. Feet outside, your hips, toes pointed out. Sit back, halfway, down, and up. Back, halfway, down, and up. If you need a break here, please feel free to take it. Hit pause, come back and join me when you're ready. Up, halfway, down, and up. This is your workout. You go at your pace. Back, halfway, back, and up. Back, halfway, down, and up. Back, halfway, down and up. You're doing awesome. Almost there, 20 seconds. Really push through this. I know this is hard. I know you're sweating. You don't want to quit. When you feel like it's the toughest, that's when you need to push through. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Catch your breath. Nice deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Don't sit. If you want to sit, don't do it. Tap it out. We're going to go in for our speed skaters. 30 seconds here. Remember, your option is a lateral hop or a lateral step. Otherwise, join me for a full speed skater. Ready, and go. Side, back, side, and back. You're doing awesome. Cover as much ground as you possibly can. You can use a beat in your head here if that helps you. I like to pretend like I'm doing a little bit of a dance of sorts. Helps with the rhythm. Kind of keeps you out of it. Good, 20 seconds to go. Covering as much ground as you possibly can. Really sticking that foot before you switch positions. Good, remember you're doing your lateral hops or steps. If you need the modification, we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice deep breath. Shake it out. 3 deep breaths for me, and then grab a sip of water. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it go. Nice and deep. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. One more inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Sip of water. All right, set 3. Final bit of work until we stretch and we cool down. We're doing a jump squat. So if you have any knee problems or knee pain, lose the jump. You don't need to jump on this. I'm gonna give you 3 options. Option 3, which is your hardest one, you're gonna sit back, you're gonna jump up and come back down, landing nice and softly on your toes, like a cat. Option 2, squat, come up to your toes, squeeze your bum, and back down. So your feet never leave the ground. Squeeze your bum and back down. Option one, if all of that is too much for you, just squat. Stay here. This is home. This is comfortable at this point. All right, we're gonna do our jump squats, only 30 seconds. Ready? We go in 3, 2, 1, back and jump. You choose your option, whatever works for your body today. You don't have to leave the ground. You can stay here and squeeze your bum. You can even alternate it if you want, and alternate on your jump. Your choice, your workout. Do what you can today. Go into that jump. Good. You want to land nice and soft. I shouldn't hear your feet hitting the ground. Come back to home if you need to. If your legs are burning, don't stop. Just keep moving. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. It's hard. I know. It's burning. Let it. This is where the work happens. We're gonna go in for lateral lunges. This is gonna be a bit of an active recovery. You'll be able to catch your breath. You're gonna take a really nice long side step, kind of like that speed skater, but we're not gonna apply too much movement here. You're gonna shift your weight all the way to your right side, sticking that bum out, really hinging in that hip. I want you to feel the weight on your right glute. Push up and come back. So it's a step, load, push off. Step, really load, hinge back, and step off. I'm gonna show you from this angle. You're gonna take a nice long step, hinge, really load, and push off. Step, hinge, really load, and push off. One more, and we switch sides. Good. Use this as active recovery. Help bring your breath back. One more. Side, back, and bring it in. Good. Other side. Take your left leg, step it nice and wide. Really hinge back, load that left glute, and push up. I really want you to feel the weight of your body in the back glute. That's what we're trying to work here. And we always want to work in different planes of movement. Our bodies are often limited in what we do in our day-to-day. We don't do much twisting, and we don't do much lateral movement. And lateral movement helps support your body, and doing this helps work some of those muscles in our glutes and our adductors that don't get much action. So we really want to do this. One more. Good. Step back in. I promise, final 30 seconds of a burnout. Show me what you got. This is where it counts the most. You choose your option. Squat, come up to your toes, or full jump. Ready? Let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds. You got this. You didn't make it this far just to make it this far. We're gonna finish nice and strong. Breathing through it, choosing your options, landing nice and soft on your feet. Don't land hard, be kind to your knees. Almost there. Breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Breathe. Let it go. Nice job. Thank you for showing up today. This is where the work happens. Final minute of work. You've got this. Catching your breath here as we go into the movement. Side step, load, push off. Side step, load, push off. Side step, load, push off. Side, really load. That's where the magic happens. Side, load. If you need to give yourself a tap in your glute, by all means. That kinetic bit of cueing really helps you bring your mind connected to your body. Good. One more. Side and back in. Left side. You've got this. Side step. Load. Push off. Side step. Load. Push off. I see the end. It's really near. You got this. Side, load, back, side, load, back. Final rep. Side, load, push off, and back. Amazing. Let your heart rate come down. We're gonna stretch you out because it would be mean for me not to. All right, deep breath. You could grab some wall here if you need it. Otherwise, hand out for counterbalance, standing on our right leg, grabbing onto our laces. Catch your balance first. Knees in line, hips forward. You can even touch your nose or your belly button. There we go. That one seems to work today for me. Working through your breath. Knees in line, hips forward. Really breathe. Let it go. Let your heart rate come down. I'm dripping. You might be as well. That feels amazing. We're gonna switch sides. Grab onto your laces. Get your balance. If you need to hold onto the wall, you're welcome to do that. I'm gonna do that for the last set here. Knees in line, hips forward. Really feeling that stretch in the front of your quad. You might even feel it up to the front of your hip. Working through your breath. Slowly letting it lower. Good. I want you to forward fold. If you're not ready to come down because you're breathing too heavy, I want you to stay here. So knees bent, elbows on your knees, and you can keep your head above your heart. If you're okay to come down with me, go into forward fold. Really straighten out your legs. Straight from the side. I'm really letting my body weight hang over my feet. I'm grabbing onto my elbows. Drop your head. Good. You're gonna lace your fingers. You're gonna round out your back. Slowly lower yourself up. One vertebra at a time. Lifting your arms up. Coming up overhead. Pressing the sky away. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Looking good. And take your right foot, step it forward, hinge back, and feel the stretch in the back of your legs and your standing leg. Go switch sides, sit back, stretch. Good. We're gonna finish up with 3 breaths all together. Inhale up, exhale. Let it go nice and deep, nice and slow. Inhale. Exhale. Let it go. One more. Inhale up. Let it go. And that was your workout for today. Join me in the forum so we can chat. You can ask me questions, leave your comments. I love interacting with you guys. Enjoy your day.